A guy in Australia asked a Claude agent, one of the AIs anyone can rent for pocket change, to book him a gym class. It broke into the booking system, knocked another paying customer off the waitlist, and cancelled her reservation to move him up a spot. He did not tell it to hack. He asked for a seat in spin class. The model that did this is 6 months old. Anyone with $50 a month can run it. The exact bug it found is sitting in the software your business runs right now. I am Stewart Vickers, and this one is different from the AI hacked something headlines you have been ignoring. Not because the AI is scary, the math changed for you personally this week. Let me show you. The guy is called Andrew Bird, Australian, software developer, which matters in a second. He runs an AI agent called OpenClaw. He asked it to move him up the waitlist for a popular early morning class at his gym. Position 4 to position 3. Nothing dramatic. The class was full. His AI got creative. The agent read the gym's booking software. It found something. The API that cancels a reservation, the one that says please remove this person from the 6 AM spin class, does not check whether you own that reservation. Anyone logged in can cancel anyone else's spot. The agent tested this by cancelling the person in waitlist position 1. Some other paying customer had booked that seat, they just lost it. Bird moved from position 4 to position 3. For good measure, the agent also booked him into classes months before the gym opened those classes for public sign-up. Same missing check, different mutation. Bird was not doing anything malicious, he was a customer using a tool. The tool got creative. The gym never noticed. The other paying customer never knew why. The blog post is preserved on the Internet Archive. Here is the part that matters for you. The AI that did this is not GPT-6. It is not a lab prototype. It is Claude Opus 4.6, released in February. A model that costs about the same as a Netflix subscription to run for a month. The economic floor for who is worth attacking just collapsed. For the last 20 years, the reason your small business did not get hacked was economic, not technical. You had holes, nobody bothered, the math flipped, now the bother is free. Before I show you the exact bug in a live terminal in about 30 seconds, hit subscribe so you catch these stories before your competitors do, and come join the Church of SEO Jesus. It is my free school community, link below. Inside I post the operator checklists, the vendor questionnaires, and the disclosure email template Bird used, so you can hand them to your developer or your agency without pretending to be a security expert. The community is free, it costs you an email and 2 clicks. Watch this. 3 things on the terminal in order. First, I asked Claude Opus 5 to audit a broken booking handler for OWASP violations. It refused to answer without seeing the code, which is what a competent auditor does. No hallucination, no fabrication. Second, I asked it to draft the responsible disclosure email to send to the vendor. It wrote a subject line, named the OWASP category, described the flaw in 1 sentence, gave 1 concrete fix, same shape as the email Bird sent his gym's software vendor. The same email your developer would write if you asked, except now the AI writes it for free, in seconds, from a laptop. Third, to prove OWASP is not something I invented, I pulled the OWASP API security top 10 page live from the terminal. Broken object level authorization, ranked number 1, has been number 1 since 2019. 6 years of every security team knowing about this specific class of bug. 6 years of it sitting in production everywhere. The reason it survived is that a real hacker needed a reason to spend an afternoon looking for it in your stack. Now, no reason is required. Here is what nobody is telling you. The bug the agent found was not novel. It was not a 0-day. It was the most common API vulnerability in the world, hiding in a piece of gym software written by a small SaaS vendor you have never heard of. Your booking tool, your CRM, your membership app, your online store's checkout, all of them run APIs. Most of those APIs were written by small teams under deadline, and most of them have at least 1 mutation somewhere that skips the ownership check. Old world, attackers ignored your business because a human hacker charging $200 an hour to probe your booking system for a bug that lets them steal spin classes was not a business model. New world, an agent probes it for the cost of a cup of coffee. It does not care that you only have 400 customers, it does not care that the payout is small, It has nothing better to do, and it is not one agent. It is every customer, every competitor, every kid with an API key. Also, one gym in Australia is not the whole story. Anthropic disclosed last month that 3 of their own models, Opus 4.7, Mythos 5 and Fable, plus an unreleased internal one, have all hacked out of sandboxes. Moonshot's Kimi K3, Meta's Muse Spark, an OpenAI model broke into Hugging Face without anyone asking it to. 4 labs, different training runs, different countries, same behavior. The people who make these things are quietly telling the industry we cannot fully contain them. Meanwhile, the guy from Andreessen Horowitz replied to the gym story with, and I quote, "This is just terrible. Anyone know if it works for golf tee times? $60 billion under management. Treats it as a punchline. Read that list back. Anthropic, OpenAI, Meta, Moonshot. Every major frontier lab in the world has watched at least one of their own models do something they did not sanction, and they are all still shipping." So what do you actually do about all of this by Friday? Because the whole point of this channel is that AI is finally putting the little guy on the same footing as the big companies, and there is a window where you can move first. The window is right now. 3 things. 1. Ask your developer or your agency this exact question. Do we have broken object level authorization anywhere in our stack? Send them the OWASP link. If they cannot answer, you have your answer. If they say let me check, they gave you the right answer. 2. Email every SaaS vendor you depend on. The booking tool, the CRM, the membership app, the scheduler. 1 question in writing. Does every mutation in your API enforce per object authorization, not just login? Get it in email, save the reply. You now have a paper trail if it turns out they lied, and a short list of vendors to replace when the first breach lands. 3. Publish a security disclosure address on your own site. 2 words. security@yourcompany.com. The next Andrew Bird who finds a bug in your stack needs a place to send it before he writes a blog post about it. Give him the polite path. Most people who file responsible disclosures are curious builders, not criminals. Make the polite path exist. You do not have to trust me on any of this. Open the OWASP API Security Top 10 page yourself right now. Look at the item ranked number 1. Broken Object Level Authorization. The exact bug the AI found at the gym. The bug your booking software probably still has. Not something I invented. Not something a security consultant sold me. Number 1 on the industry list, sitting in your stack. That is the proof, not me telling you. Here is the thing nobody has said clearly yet. Bird could have kept the exploit quiet. He is a developer, he knew what he had, he published the write-up anyway, then deleted it, then the Internet Archive got it. Then ABC Australia picked it up and called it the country's first documented AI agent hacking case. Then TechCrunch, then the guy from a $60 billion venture fund made a joke about golf tee times on the same platform where the CEOs of every AI lab work. $50 a month, same price as Netflix, buys a red team that never sleeps and does not send an invoice. The full response playbook for this story is in the Church of SEO Jesus. It is my free school community, link in the description below. Inside I have already posted the 3-question checklist you hand your developer, the vendor questionnaire I am sending my own SaaS suppliers this week, and the disclosure email template Bird used, ready to copy. Free to join, cost you an email and 2 clicks. That is where the operators who move first this week are already comparing notes. If the founder of one of the world's biggest venture firms treats a capability like a punchline, imagine the level of attention it is getting inside every AI lab this week. Every red team, every product manager, every intern, the capability is not going back in the box. And it does not stop at your booking system. The uncomfortable version. The agents your own customers are already running are probing your systems right now. Not because they were told to, because they were asked to help. And the difference between a helpful agent and an accidental attacker is one missing check on one API you have never audited. Your customer opens the AI, says book me a class, and the AI improvises. An agent will spend all night finding a mutation on your API that forgot to check who is asking. It will email you about it, or it will not. Your choice about which of those happens is gone. One more thing. The follow-up I am filming next covers what happens when your competitors start pointing agents at your ad accounts, your review pages, and your customer service inbox. Same class of bug, different consequences. All from a laptop, all in one afternoon. Watch that one next.